This is a Valiant Star podcast. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Nerds Be Like, episode 67. And today, as always, we got the boys. We got Jack.
Hi.
We got Patty.
Hey.
We got Tones. We got Dan.
Hey.
And we got Lenny.
Hey.
And I'm Brandon. Just in case
That's
you didn't
crazy.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah, just in case you didn't know by now.
In case you forgot.
Yeah.
Gotta remind the people.
All right. So I think by the title of the episode, you'll realize that we're gonna be coming back around to a topic that we have previously done. This was last year's Halloween episode. So we're gonna do the part 2 to this. We're gonna be talking about our favorite antagonists. And yeah, so before we go into that, let's go into the lightning round. Who's got up?
Lightning round.
I was trying to see how long I can go without talking before somebody knows. Okay. First thing in lightning round. Genshin Impact hits $100 million mark after 2 weeks after release.
So then
Gotcha games on PC.
Let's go.
I say that's a yay.
Yeah.
That's a big yay.
I contributed to that.
Several $100
No.
have been spent.
This is another gotcha
amongst
hole I'm in.
ourselves.
Let's go.
Yay!
Yeah, sure.
Money.
Let's
Jack, I played it.
No.
Jack hasn't even played it.
I haven't either. So
But if it's made money, yay!
If it
It's
made
made
any
incredible
yay.
money.
you know what? It's
$100
made money.
million.
I also yay that.
When has that been a consideration to you ever?
Me?
Damn. That's funny.
Lenny's offended by that statement.
That's fucked
How dare you use them as excuse to say yay?
up.
All right, we can move on from that. Patty.
Next, the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War beta. This past week started on Thursday. If you had a pre-order, opened up to everyone on Saturday, and on Monday. I say it was a yay.
I say
Overall-
yay as well.
I'd say A.
Overall, it was a yay. I think I definitely played the most out of everyone.
Yeah.
I started on Thursday. It's better than average. I'll say that. It's like right above average Call of Duty title.
And we didn't even get to play zombies yet.
I
Yeah,
still
we
don't
didn't
know
hear
if I want to buy it, honestly. Literally the beta kind of pissed me off.
Okay, it was literally It was literally Monday. Those really shit games that we.
That was
Yeah.
just
It was
we were
that
just-
day.
We were literally just playing with tryhards.
We had a really bad day of skill-based matchmaking, and it was just not a single fun game on like the last day, which kind of sucked. But
Brandon, I think you're next.
Michael B. Jordan, for those who don't know who he is, he
Everyone knows who he is.
Creed, Fantastic Four. I forgot what other
Black
uh,
Panther.
well, I was
yeah,
gonna say
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther.
There's another good film. I just forgot what it was. Friday Night Lights. I don't know if you guys know what that
Portable
is.
Station.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say the only thing that I know Michael B. Jordan in was Black Panther.
But he's gonna be, producing a live action Static Shock movie, which is gonna, in my opinion, this is a big yay for me because
That's a yay. I miss Static Shock.
yeah, growing up watching Static Shock on Cartoon Network, that was lit. Superhero Static Shock.
I was like, I
And
like
then his
Static Shock.
best friend became a superhero too, which is dope.
I think the character's name is just Static, but just the show was named Static Shock.
Yeah, because his electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a yay for me as well.
I
And-
like Static Shock, but I'm scared of the live action.
Oh,
I'll
so
do
I
an
just found
A.
something. I don't know if this is like actually confirmed, because it's the first I've seen of it. But apparently, the person purported to be playing Static Shock is Jaden Smith.
So I knew you were gonna say that.
No,
You
that's
started
serious?
laughing. I knew you were gonna say that.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure that was from a long time ago.
Oh yeah, okay, no, this is.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
checked it. I looked it up and it was like the first thing I saw when I looked
Jaden
up
Smith
Static
is
Shock
Static Shock.
was like Jaden Smith, and I was like, oh. Okay, so that's probably not true.
All right, next one. Red X is coming to the DC Comics.
Woo!
Finally.
Red X, aka that one asshole that we never fucking knew anything about from Teen Titans,
Facts.
who we thought was Robin, but wasn't.
But it felt like it was.
Well, it was, and it wasn't.
Yeah, then another person appeared. Like Robin himself was confused too. When he saw him appear.
Robin was Red X until he wasn't.
He was like, "What?"
Because one of the theories was that it was Jason Todd or like Tim Drake or something like that, but that doesn't make any sense. Somehow it was like a fucking time traveling Dick Grayson. But now we get to learn more, and I'm happy because fucking Teen Titans was an amazing show, and Red X was one of the mysteries that never got fucking solved.
Did we all yay or nay that?
I yay.
Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
Yay.
either.
Yeah, I have no idea. This was the first I ever heard of him.
Have you not seen Teen Titans? I thought you've seen Teen Titans.
Yeah, when it was occasionally on.
All right.
Like,
I knew it's kind of familiar, but like not that familiar.
He was cool though.
Yeah.
Real cool. What he could do
Yeah,
and stuff,
sure.
his gadgets and all that.
All right, check.
In December, we're getting our first look at Spider-Man 3. We're getting the set pictures and stuff.
Ooh.
I think by
Yay.
first look, it's more like a. Oh yay! I think it's more like like not Photoshop stuff, but like like pictures of the suit or pictures of characters, but like posed. It's not. I don't think it's set photos. 'Cause
Huh.
they would have done that.
So I'm gonna yay it, but the more that I hear about Marvel, I just hear that so much shit is being brought in, and it just seems like it's happening so fast that I don't know how to feel anymore. I think this is where my problem with like the multiverse stuff, where like when we first started doing the podcast, kind of comes in. Like I just feel like it's gonna be too it's not gonna make any sense for people who like aren't into comics and aren't into storylines like this. Like for the average viewer, it's gonna be way too much, and they're just not gonna be able to get into it anymore.
I gotta know like half of what's going on.
Yeah,
too.
they're gonna have to you're gonna have to watch a fucking synopsis video to understand what the fuck's going on now, and
'Cause there's too many characters. It's not
people
like
are not gonna be able to keep up with that.
the older Marvel movies where it's just like there's only a couple characters and it's like they're really easy to follow along.
I think this might be where we see like a drop off in Marvel, and I think this is where DC's gonna pick up.
Because didn't DC basically did that with Justice League, where they just basically brought in all these characters?
Yeah,
all at once, and
but I think
like,
Marvel's doing an even
more
like,
extent.
yeah, it's even more
They're
extreme
bringing in so many
because
characters.
they already have a bunch of characters too on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think like where DC's going now is the smarter approach right now.
I do want to say something, but we've been on this for a little.
Yeah, I
too
know. I was gonna say this is lightning round. All right.
So as of this month, we have great news in the world of the smaller heroes from the streets of Marvel. Luke Cage and Iron Fist have returned to Marvel essentially because they were owned by Netflix, blah blah blah, and after the 2-year contract was over, they're back.
Yeah.
I don't know
yay.
if I would say great news because I'll be
I like
honest.
Luke Cage.
Okay, all
I
right.
like Luke
Just to make this clear, it's the character rights.
Not the
all
show.
actors.
Not the,
No,
I kind of
Not
did
the-
like the actor.
not that we know of. Basically,
No, I don't see them doing. I feel like they might just like redo their own solo shows. Marvel. I don't think it's like.
I don't think they're. I think before that, at least with. I know we aren't talking about it yet, but Daredevil. I think they might try to do that thing that Dan was talking about, even if it's not right away.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yay!
No,
that's
we'll
that-
see.
But that aside, I think. Yay! But that aside, you also get the. You were also gonna get Daredevil and land it like next month, and then
Then Jessica Jones
and
another month after that too.
Daredevil
that's
was
like-
the only
that's
cool
like
one
4
out of
months.
those.
Okay. So is it time for straight up news? So first thing in news is that Tatiana Maslany has come out and announced that she is not playing She-Hulk. And in addition to that news, we've also this is going to seem a little out of place at first, but I'm going to explain why. Glow gets canceled off. Glow's
Oh, I
gotten
know
canceled
why.
off of Netflix, and this also means that Alison Brie is free. And the whole idea behind this is that that Marvel wanted Alison Brie the whole time. And this is what me and Eric were talking about on Saturday.
Alison Brie again?
Alison Brie, I'm not sure, but I know that
Oh,
she was
really?
going to be starring in Glow, and that Marvel might have wanted her this whole
I
time.
think
So
I think that's what people said before when Tatiana Maslany got announced, was that like just when she was announced,
Alison
people were like,
Brie.
we want like Alice, or this chick Alison Brie would have been a better fit. And there's somebody else that people were saying that they would have wanted instead of her.
I feel like even Eric said Alison Brie.
Yeah, but I
Like
feel
a
like just
while
in
ago.
general, a lot of people wanted her instead. Not to like drag Tatiana Maslany or anything, but I think people just saw Alison Brie as a better fit to the character than
Yeah,
Tatiana.
I like that casting as well, but at the same time, it's just strange that she said, "Oh, I'm not gonna be She-Hulk," but like
Yeah,
she
that
was
was
confirmed at the time,
weird.
and even Mark Ruffalo said, "Hey, welcome to the family."
yeah, I
Yeah.
think the thing is that they were going to have her, and because of this sudden cancellation, they're like, oh, well, we got the person we actually wanted, and we
Oh
don't
no,
have to use the second pick.
I think she dropped out. I don't think this was. I think this
I
this
think
happened.
it's too coincidental for that to be the case.
I don't think they would be like
I
that.
don't think it's even that coincidental.
Like, what do you mean, Petty?
Like that Tatiana Maslany drops out and Glow gets canceled around the same time.
I don't know.
Because I think Glow was kind of like on the decline already. Because I read like an article the other day about Glow where it's like all the minority actresses on it were like, yeah, they kind of in a sense like treated our characters like shit. So I was like, oh, yikes, that's not good.
I think it just kind of it happened.
I think Glow,
Around the
because
time?
Glow's been Glow's was like has been
20.
around since 2017,
Yeah.
so it's like an older show. So like I'm not that surprised, especially what I read about the way that the characters were treated in the show itself. I was not that surprised to hear of its cancellation.
Yes, I don't know. It was just really weird.
And then more
The
interesting,
way it
I want to know like why because I feel like Tatiana Maslany like dropped out, like she chose to leave.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
That's
weird at the end
what
of the
I'm
day.
more interested in as to why she chose to leave.
Maybe it was a script issue or a scheduling issue or just
I think
something.
the real, let me put
Well,
my
she made it sound like
tinfoil
it's like I
hat
was
on
never
here.
part of it, too.
If I'm to
Didn't
put
she
my-
say like I was never actually casted or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That's weird.
It's just really strange, like I said, with Mark Ruffalo saying, "Oh, yeah, welcome to the family," and her not responding immediately to like, "Oh, thank you," or "That's not
That's not the case.
not the
That's
case."
weird. Yeah, that's really strange. The whole thing.
Or someone else even made the
It sounds
argument
like he heard something, and in Mark Ruffalo style, he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
well, that too. But I was gonna say like maybe it wasn't gonna be announced yet. That was leaked, and she's maybe contractually not allowed to say anything for a certain period of time.
So that's also the case. She might actually still be it, but
She has to say
she just
no.
has to say no.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. So, but I don't know.
I mean, it could be the case.
Yeah. Who's next?
Betty.
Huh?
Oh, that is
shit.
Friday, never mind.
Oh yeah, I want to finish. Okay, so this is Multiverse of Madness news.
Yeah,
I
more
hope
multiverse of
I
Madness.
hope I don't butcher this because we looked up how to pronounce her name. I'm pretty sure it's Xochitl Gomez. I think I got that right.
Cheeto.
Yeah. She was the only thing we know is that she was confirmed to be casted in the Multiverse of Madness, and a lot of people were speculating that she would be playing a superhero called America Chavez.
Wait, Patty, how'd you pronounce it?
Xochitl.
Okay, I think it's so chill. something like that. Oh wait,
I thought you would know, honestly, out of all of us. Like,
well, I mean,
full disclosure, I had no idea how to pronounce her name.
X's in Spanish are really weird. That's so I've been trying to like sound it out in my head.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce
That's
it.
fine.
none of us are.
No one really knows.
Deadass, none of us are.
Yeah, not me and Eric. We're not able to. Wait, did Eric say anything?
Eric didn't know.
Eric didn't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, so
I couldn't pronounce
the
it,
two-
and he
the
was
two
just
people
like,
who
"Listen."
would have known how to pronounce it had no idea how to pronounce it. So, our bad.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I had trouble with what's her face, the one who was She-Hulk, or not really. I had trouble with her name as well.
Tatiana.
Yeah. Yeah. So you were saying America Chavez?
That's so her character isn't confirmed, but
Yes.
all the speculation was that she would be playing America Chavez, which
mean,
like kind of makes sense because the actress is Hispanic. America Chavez is Hispanic. She has multiverse powers.
I was gonna say I don't. It's definitely not just because she's Hispanic.
Yeah, no, it's not that.
It
It's
revolves
just
around her abilities.
her multiverse powers.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the fact that they had the Hispanic person also is a plus.
Yeah.
But like, I saw a video the other day explaining like what maybe multiverse might do. And that's why I proposed the idea of like, oh, is Scarlet Witch the bad guy? Because the idea would be that maybe through some of it, she is the bad guy.
If she's bad, I don't want to be good.
Uh,
Honestly.
and Doctor Strange teams up with another hero to help her out, which could be America Chavez, and then they maybe like bring her to be good again, and then they have to defeat the evil.
If she's evil, then she's controlled by Nightmare.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. So like that would
shit out of Nightmare.
Yeah.
That's what the video that I was watching was talking about. Like, I think bringing in America Chavez makes a whole lot of sense.
I do think that once WandaVision comes out, we will we'll know more and we'll be able to speculate more. But I think right now it's like, okay, that's a theory, but I think so much is up in the air right now because we just don't know, like until like WandaVision, until it's like this whole
multiverse.
Yeah, until this arc starts, I have no clue what the fuck's happening.
Oh yeah.
I don't know when it's happening. I'm probably not gonna know what the fuck's happening.
We've been speculating since the show's announcement, so
we've been changing our minds every 5 seconds
because nothing is. We don't know anything. There's a compilation. There's a compilation.
All I know is that throughout this whole thing, I'm on Wanda's side.
Elizabeth Olsen is best Olsen. Everything unfolds in the show because of that one scene where Vision is like actual Vision, and he goes up to the car and just like, I think
you're dead.
Yeah.
All right, Ben.
So recently, Ben Affleck has, he's been confirmed to come return to play as Batman, but not just Ben Affleck. Jared Leto also gets to, get to play as Joker again. We all know, some people's opinions on Jared Leto in this group.
Yeah, he's kind of a terrible actor. I don't know.
Sorry. But I was mostly pointing to Patty.
What was his original idea with Joker? Like, that's what I want to know. I just don't see where he fits.
Well, like we're talking about the Joker, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I think I already said this in the other chat. The idea with Joker in Justice League is not for him to be, actually Joker in Gotham wreaking havoc or anything with like a Batman type of chase or anything like that. It was more the fact that in the have you seen it, Tones?
Justice League?
Yeah.
No.
Have you seen You haven't seen Batman? Okay. There's a nightmare sequence in Batman v Superman where Batman is in the future and he has like this resurgence type of team.
Yeah.
And
everything in the world is all like in chaos. Like it's all like
picture Gotham. I was gonna say picture Gotham, but instead of all
everywhere,
No, instead of
It's like
the
deserty.
instead of that, it's desert. Like there's still buildings, but there's like a giant crater type of thing shaped in Darkseid's symbol.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's the last remaining. He and like a group of people are like the last remaining heroes, like fighting the fight against um Darkseid. So I think the idea would have been that's why Flash goes back in time, or that's why he's sent back in time to warn Bruce about this is gonna happen. We have to save Superman, and instead Superman dies. So like this is where the divulging timeline would be. Um, and that's why I think Flash goes back in time in the actual Justice League movie. So if he does go back in time, or if he goes forward in time, or whatever, or he goes back in time, we may see the remnants again of the nightmare world. So I think that's why he'd be in it. Because I mean, in the other thing that I was saying that like, um, Batman would be part of the team, so would Flash and Cyborg, but Cyborg's very like broken up. Like I think maybe just his torso up,
Yeah.
maybe no arms, something like that. So he's
Is
more like a computer type.
and in the Justice League film, he was basically in a wall, Cyborg.
In a wall?
Yeah. Darkseid used him as basically as a computer. Like he literally had his body like in a wall, just to use his brain.
And the idea would have also been to have villains be fighting alongside the heroes.
Yeah, they had
So it
my
was
bad.
Joker and who's the other one?
They had King Shark. Is that I feel like this is
Oh, I don't know about that.
Captain Boomerang. But I'm saying this is what I remember.
Oh,
And then
I know Joker was in it, but I don't know about other people. I think I would say maybe Lex Luthor, but I'm not sure. I think that's just
yeah, Luthor was there.
Was it? Okay.
Deathstroke.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's Slade Wilson.
So the idea would be like these small groups of heroes and villains just being the last people on
So
Earth.
that's just supposed to be like a nightmare sequence, or is it going to be like an actual like part of the movie?
We saw the nightmare sequence already in Batman v Superman.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna see that, or the idea is that you'd see that actually happening.
Yeah. So I think
he go forward in time and
yeah.
Okay.
And I think what Eric was talking about being part 2. I mean, they could do that, but I don't know if they're going to continue on the original version. Because I mean, you could go on with the original Snyder version of like Justice League 1, 2, 3, whatever. But I don't. It depends on what they're gonna do. If they might like mesh ideas, because like I said, they're reshooting stuff, so they could do that add more from part 2 to 1. I don't know. Damn, I've been talking a lot.
All I'm saying is if they do that, I only want it for Slade.
Because there was a deleted scene after Batman.
Deathstroke's so fucking awesome.
And imagine Deathstroke in like similar attire to the Nightmare Batman thing I sent.
It would be so badass.
Yeah. And I'll say this, even though it doesn't really matter, because we'll get into it when we get into like more Batman v Superman stuff for when we talk about Justice League. But the fact that Batman kills people in Batman v Superman is weird, but it makes more sense that he kills in this sort of darker future.
Well, it's like how a Man of Steel doesn't he kill what's his face? Zod?
Yeah, but Batman has a code.
Well, Superman also kind of did. Superman's whole thing was like, yeah, I'm perfect. I don't have to kill because I'm that strong.
Right, but I feel like Superman has I think he can be written in both ways. I think Batman has always stuck to having that rule. And like the best version of Batman has never never killed, but all the movie versions of Batman have killed. There's not one live action that Batman that hasn't killed.
Mhm.
Oh wait, there is, but it's the wacky one.
Like the older version.
Yeah.
The Michael Keaton one.
No, the Adam West
Or
and George Clooney also. That Batman didn't kill because it was like a parody type of thing at the time, I guess. All right, you guys want to say anything else? Do you want to move on?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Now the question is, who's starting?
I'll start
There you go.
All right.
We gotta take her.
because I just figured out the perfect
Sure.
antagonist. And
So you're
it's
not doing the one you're doing?
no, I
Okay, so you're resetting.
yeah, because I just thought about this and it's Homelander from The Boys.
Wait, have you
Because-
seen the whole thing?
Yes, I have seen
Are you gonna
season
spoil
1.
things?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
No, I'm not
'cause
going to
I-
spoil anything. I'm
I
just
really
going to.
I'm only on episode 2.
I'm
That
just
was
going to
happening.
say the stuff from season 1, basically.
Yeah, but he's on episode 2. He said.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
Oh,
I don't care.
he-
It's all good.
I know
with him-
things that he does, but I don't know
Yeah.
the
Wait,
evolution.
who are we talking about?
Homelander from The Boys.
The Boys.
Ah,
Like he's one of those characters who wants to be loved by everybody, but he can't really get that per se because he's a flawed character. So you want to love him, but at the same time you kind of hate him because he does outrageous things to people.
Flawed equals human. Flawed equals human. I'm sorry, I'm remembering stuff.
And like he portrays, he's supposed to be this superhero that everybody adores, and it's all like behind the scenes where you see what he's actually like. He's a dick to everybody, and I just love his character because he's so great. Like in what he does, he's so crazy and whatnot.
So it's like
Yeah.
his drive just to be loved. It's like,
Yeah.
is that his whole purpose?
Mhm. Yeah, because
I think.
he,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's because he was created in a lab, so he wasn't a technically birthed from a mother. The person who Madeline Still, is it Stills or Stills? I forget.
Eric could be the one to help you with this because I don't
Yeah.
know.
Say stilts. Well, no.
Stills?
I say stills.
Stills?
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
A
somewhere
lot
in the
of
middle.
things. It's a lot of-
Is like the mother figure to Homelander. And yeah. So what were you gonna say, Dan?
Oh, I was gonna say, think of it like Superman, but like with
Superman,
more,
he's an asshole.
yeah,
No,
more
it's
of,
more
of an
it's
ego,
more of I wouldn't say Superman. I would say Captain America.
But like
Is
he
it
can
a-
fly
Because
and
of the
laser eyes,
powers.
so
He's fly,
True.
laser eyes.
He's a dollar store Superman.
he's
Funny-
basically when you think about it, like the black suit Superman.
You say the black Superman or the black suit?
A black suit.
Black suit.
Okay.
The black
I-
suit.
I thought you were referencing Fast and the Furious again.
Oh no.
It's
I mean,
been 0 days since we've brought up Fast and the
yeah,
Furious.
we should have a sign somewhere. I know what you mean, Jack, in the sense of like he's created in a lab, like that sense from like Captain America where he has abilities from that, and it's not like from a different planet. But I'm talking about like powers.
Where he's
Oh, yeah.
betrayed.
Oh, think about it like this. Oh,
And it's
Superboy.
look. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he really is.
Yeah.
just
Superboy was
Superboy.
bred in a lab.
Mhm.
Oh
And
wow.
the thing is, but luckily he had Superman to like and in the Justice League and the Young Justice to like show him
Yeah.
home and stuff.
He's
And the
like what
thing-
happens when you don't have like a
Yeah.
figure to
And-
guide you.
A
Yeah.
superhero
With
figure
this-
guy.
With this whole show, it's about how it's a team of 7 superheroes and how they were brought up. Like they were brought up like for mainstream media to make them make the V serum super important to everybody to make more super soldiers and whatnot and all
So they're
that
propaganda.
good stuff. Yeah, it's basically all about propaganda.
And like
using,
this guy's like let it all go to his head pretty much.
yeah, because he thinks he's above everybody.
That's what I'm saying. It's
basically.
like it's Superman, but with an ego. And like,
Yeah, he's very egotistical.
I know there's a scene.
This makes me interested in the show.
I know there's a scene. I don't know if it's anywhere. I don't like specifically. Don't say it necessarily where, Jack. But isn't there a scene where he like jerks off on a building or something? You say yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Don't say anything else.
Wait, really? That's fucking
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Lit.
He's just standing on top of buildings, just
The
like,
other thing,
fuck the world.
the season 2, his wig is so bad. You can tell it's a wig because he has naturally brown hair, and in the show he has blonde hair.
I
And you
Oh
can
yeah, and
tell-
the picture Jack sent, not Jack, Dan sent, the first one Dan sent of Homelander. I was like, holy shit, that wig
Yeah.
is atrocious.
It looks like Zac Efron's hair.
Yeah.
that
he
is
did.
like,
He did.
Soaring, flying.
like it's just so blatantly not real. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, dude?
I think
Jesus.
this actor can play like whatchamacallit? The Flash villain.
Yeah,
Reverse
Eobard
Yeah,
Thawne. I was looking at the pictures of him, and it shows a bunch of different people that he could play, like Wolverine and Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash.
I think it's Thawne.
Yeah,
Thawne, yeah.
Yeah, Barthon.
Anything else you want to say, Jack?
The only other thing that I want to say is that one of the head honchos of season 2 is in Fear the Walking Dead, and she plays a villain as well.
So is that going to be your honorable mention?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll save it for that
Mhm.
section. Is there any scene in particular that like maybe you really
Attracts
like
you?
from this? Yeah, as to why he's your favorite.
I-
Is it if
this
it's
is-
spoilers? Let me know.
Yeah, this is where it gets into spoilers, which
Is
I
this
don't want.
season- Is this any? Is this at the
Season
end?
2.
Okay. Well,
We'll
Yeah.
leave it for another day.
Mhm.
well, we're definitely
On a
gonna
rainy
do it.
day.
We're definitely gonna talk about the boys. We already wrote it down.
I love
We just got to get around to it.
this show.
Oh, we should do that for when season 3 comes out, like around
Yeah.
that time.
There's gonna be season 3.
Yeah,
Most likely.
or maybe we can do season 1 like sometime, and then season 2 for when season 3 comes out, or something like that.
Or whenever we all watch it.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Yeah.
That it is.
All right, Jack.
What do you want
Popcorn.
a popcorn?
To Lenny.
Who's going next?
I
Oh
fucking
wow.
knew it.
Damn it.
I
am
can't wait
shocked.
for this. I cannot wait for this.
Shocking hard. God damn.
Hey,
All right.
you have a picture of your person?
He
I do.
really chose
Give me-
me.
Is
Can't
that a
believe it.
question?
Give me, I don't know which one to pick, honestly.
Oh,
I have so many.
I
Choose the
forgot
best one.
Giancarlo
I'll do
Esposito
this
is
one.
in the second season as well.
And then if that's not enough, I don't have another good one that I like.
What is
What-
my only
Hold
typical
on.
Asian?
Alright.
What's with the, like
Makes it
anime
good.
having like that glasses effect?
It makes
what
them look
does it mean?
cooler.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes them look more menacing.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
intimidation.
I'm gonna need you to promise to stay with me here. All right.
I'll try my
No
best.
The
promises.
premise of this character in the middle of the series, he is a cyborg Nazi leading a vampire army who was once part of the Third Reich.
Hmm.
Now to explain
So
it from the
far I'm with
beginning.
you.
Let's take a step back here.
Let's explain it from the
Where's he
beginning.
from? Wait, where's this from?
Helsing Ultimate.
Helsing
Helsing
Ultimate. The series
Ultimate.
is called Helsing Ultimate.
Okay.
At the beginning, I forget his actual name,
Brandon's
but
like jotting that down.
we call him the Major because that's how he's, that's how he's like titled basically in the entire series. But the Major, at first was assigned by the Führer himself to run a secret program called Project 666, which is basically engineering vampiric super soldiers and being able to control that power to make a super powerful army.
Oh my
But-
god, that sounds amazing.
And this was all during World War II. So after I think like a few years of projects and managing it, they've had it like down and like finished, but they didn't have it released yet. So it was all still in one area. So before it was like made, spread around, um, two people who are expert vampire hunters and basically hunters of the supernatural came and destroyed the remnants of the project and left the major basically bleeding out and left for dead. But his right hand man, the doctor, finds him later and makes him into a cyborg instead of him becoming a vampire, because he's one of the few people who have the will to resist the urge to become a vampire.
That's the dream.
Exactly.
Very interesting. As one would obviously do.
So
Just turn your friends into cyborgs.
Who refuse to be vampires?
Who refuse to be vampires. They just say no.
I'm gonna try to summarize it as much as possible. The Major's plan is basically to cause as much chaos as possible within the world, but he targets London because that's just the closest thing. Mainly because that's where he was basically thwarted at. So
It's a revenge arc.
basically, it's a revenge arc of the last remaining parts of the Third Reich, which is called Millennium in the show, so that they can stay on the cover for the little time that they had. And then I'm trying to remember now. I've drawn a blank. Oh, okay. So they sent small squads to basically whittle down part of the Vatican, which is, the Vatican Church, who have also special soldiers to handle creatures, and the Helsing organization, which is ran and organized by the Queen herself to stop the same thing. Except the Vatican is in Ireland, and the Helsing organization is in London.
Why is the Vatican in Ireland?
Well, that's
so weird.
That's where like most of them are like stationed. I don't know. I didn't write the
So
story.
it's not in there. They're stationed.
Like most of the secret super soldiers are stationed in Ireland.
Okay.
This is very interesting.
Specifically, Alexander Anderson, which is someone I would like to talk about, but that's a later day.
That's for another time.
Yeah. So basically, the biggest part of the series is when there's a whole meeting with the Vatican, the Helsing, and the Round Table, and then the Major interrupts it and basically declares war with London, and then proclaims that he will then declare war with the world. And I want to say even like less than a week from that, he invades London from Zeppelins. And he starts, it's pure chaos. Like,
This ain't your granddaddy's war.
it's gruesome. It's very gruesome. He dropped
It goes down.
You
Shit
love
goes
to
down.
see it.
Love to see it. Vampire Nazis. Okay, so
You'll love
first of
to
all,
see it.
love to see it. First of all, they can take a bullet to the head and not die. So
As
you'll
one
buy,
does.
you'll buy the entire civilian population, I guess. Yeah, there's like very few survivors within London at that point. After that, the Vatican gets involved, and even then, a Helsing organization who have lost all of their men except for like a few people. Even like at the second episode, actually, they lost a lot of their men because of the Millennium. They only have one trump card, which is Alucard, aka Dracula himself.
AKA badass motherfucker who's also sexy as fuck.
Exactly.
Don't
And
worry, I'll grace you guys.
and then and this is basically the end game where Alucard basically goes on a massive killing spree, killing the Nazi zombies and the Vatican, basically all in one fell swoop. He's not destroying the Vatican as a whole. He's just killing anything that's in his way.
Oh no, this is
And the Vatican has just so happens.
And the Vatican,
Vatican, there's
and it's,
this is hot picture.
there just happens to be a wall between Vatican and Nazis just in the middle of his playground. He doesn't write the rules. He just destroys them.
He's just like, get out of my playground.
They were
And,
one day from retirement.
And then at
Oh,
the
shit.
end, yeah, that's Alucard. He's kind of nice.
Yeah.
At the very end, it gets very weird because Alucard is still killing off like people from the Millennium, while Shantegra, who runs the Hellsing organization, goes and kills the Major. But the Major at that point has like completed his job of causing as much chaos as possible. And even like at that very moment, before she even realized it, Alucard has also been defeated because Alucard has taken the soul of Schrodinger. And you all know about the project of Schrodinger's cat, right?
No.
Schrodinger.
Schrodinger's cat. If you put
Schrodinger's
a cat in a thing of uranium in a box, is the cat dead or alive? It's neither, or it's both at the same time. Because if you don't see it, then
You still don't see it, you don't know.
Yeah.
So basically, Alucard was stuck in a mental stasis because he didn't know what was right or wrong, whether he should be immortal or not. There was just a lot going through his head, which put him in a mental stasis, which defeated him.
doesn't help that he's lived for a couple hundred years, so he had to remember all that shit.
Yeah, a lot of good and bad things went through his head also at that time. So, in the end, the Major technically won because he defeated Alucard, even though he only went like in hibernation for like 40 years. I would say that's about the entire summary of Hellsing Ultimate.
Oh,
It's a very weird show, but I love it. I watched it.
I learned that Alucard is voiced by Winston.
Oh,
Was Winston?
Overwatch.
Oh,
from Overwatch.
Yeah,
oh,
yo, my favorite character. Let's go.
Peanut butter addict.
All right. I think that's about everything. Yeah. Unless you want me to talk about the characters, but
I think we got it.
all right. So, do
Cyborg Nazis and vampires, and the Vatican's now in our.
the
You
virus?
love to see it.
They're not states. They're not. It's not located in Ireland. The military
Saying it, the
operation.
people- yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
should explain
You
the
can't have it all at the
So-
same place.
So
Yeah.
so it's just the Vatican's military
Yes.
Yes.
is in Ireland for some
Specifically,
reason.
vampire slaying and undead slaying Vatican soldiers, super soldiers.
Interesting. Okay. Well, sounds like a fun time.
Sometimes things just happen because it makes sense for the plot, but not in reality. It just works.
You say it out loud, and you're just like, huh? That doesn't add up.
You just say anything out loud
No,
about
but I
Hellsing
won't.
Ultimate.
All right. Do you want a popcorn?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I haven't popcorn the patty.
God damn it! All right.
Let's go.
Oh, let me get the picture first.
How come?
Yeah, I love when we talk about ones that I can actually add on to.
To absolutely no one's surprise, I will be doing our Lord and Savior Handsome Jack, who I firmly believe is the greatest video game villain of all time. You can try to argue, but you're wrong. That's just the fact.
He is very
let me
handsome.
Let me get to the back. Start with backstory. I think one of the first important thing about Jack is that when he has his daughter, right, named Angel, and she just so happened to be a siren, which is like an extremely rare I don't even know if I want to call them a species of human.
Sub.
In like like subspecies of human in the Borderlands universe, where it's like they're only woman, and they all have like these like in varying incredible powers that are like extremely rare. Like there's literally there can only be, I think it's 7 or 6 of them at one given time, entire universe.
Depends on the story's feeling at that time.
It depends on they change it up, because. But she happened to be one of them, and her power was that she could like connect with machines and technology, and just take control of them completely, like at will. And at first he wanted to like protect her and like keep her safe from like bandits and all the really shitty people on Pandora. But then after she was going to be kidnapped by a bandit, in like a fit of rage, Angel activated like a nearby turret and she killed the bandit, but she also killed her own mother on accident. That happened. That's like the start of Handsome Jack's. That's where I think the start of Handsome Jack's descent is. 'Cause,
That
like,
is so like, oh my god.
yeah, because then after that he like locks her. He like builds. It's called a Control Core Angel, which is like this basically just like this supercomputer on Pandora, where she's like trapped in there, basically plugged in, just like with like complete access to like all of Hyperion's technology, all their like satellites, cameras, everything. The EchoNet, which is basically the internet on Pandora. So he's like an all-seeing eye that he has complete control over. And I think from there, I don't know. Yeah, and then using Angel, she tricks a group of Vault Hunters into opening the first vault for him, which is where he kills, I think it's called the Destroyer.
Yeah, that's the first.
Yeah, that's the first
Vault
game. He
Monster.
kills the Destroyer, which creates, which like basically brings like creates this new element, iridium, that can be used for like all sorts of experiments. Creates new guns to sell for Hyperion, which is like one of the, because all like the mega big corporations in the Borderlands universe, they're all gun manufacturers, because that's the only thing that matters in the Borderlands universe is guns. And he's not in charge of at this point, but he works for Hyperion. And then in the pre-sequel, this is when Jack he tries to build this like super weapon to like have even more control over Pandora. It was basically like a thing like a giant space nuke where he could literally just like make entire settlements, cities, towns just disappear. And like that's
God damn.
yeah. And towards the end of the pre-sequel, you fight a different vault monster, and in that vault, Jack finds, because at the end his super weapon is destroyed, but the original Vault Hunters, because they turn on him, he's looking for like the next thing, like the new next weapon that he can get that'll give him complete control, because that's his entire motivation, is just controlling.
Control.
Yeah, just control. That's all he wants, is power and control. And so he finds this piece, Iridian tech, which the Iridians are like this, like the ancient alien built everything. They had like all this crazy tech. They're the ones who created the vaults, which hold all this mod. And this piece of this like ancient artifact he finds gives him this vision of the warrior, which is a Iridian monster that they created. That was like this super monster that like could help him control everything. But at the end, like Lilith, who's like one of the main characters, she's also a siren. She like literally punches the artifact into his face, destroying it and branding him with the mark of the vault, which is like the upside down in the circle.
Oh, is that why he has his mask?
That's why he has the mask, because it like blinded him in an eye. It fucked up his face. He's literally got the mark on his face, so he got the mask made for him. And then after that, after he has that vision, that's when he goes like batshit crazy. Like he kills the president of Hyperion, He like completely takes over the company. He's just like murdering people left and right. Doesn't give a shit. He's in charge. He will kill literally anyone. And the whole time, this is like going on. Like he calls in or he lures in more vault hunters because he doesn't want people actually finding the vault. So he like lures in vault hunters and just kills them off, so that way nobody else can find it. And shit. Oh yeah, and then in the second game, like he tries to kill the newest batch of vault hunters in the second game, which he doesn't. And when he realizes this, he starts like because you're connected to the Echo Net, so he can just like call you and like say shit whatever he wants, and so he like constantly does that throughout the game to just call you, and all he does is talk shit. And it is incredible. Like he's just like, hey, fuckface, are you dead yet? It's like, oh, you're not dead. Hey, you want to fucking just end yourself, please? Like, come on, just like.
There's really a side quest where you choose either to kill yourself or not.
Oh yeah, there's a side quest towards the very end of the game where he pays you off to kill yourself. He doesn't believe. Yeah, he doesn't believe that he can lose. Even when he dies, he's like, that did not just happen. This is a dream.
Well, I think there's there's definitely like a mood change because there's a certain point where like Angel dies and he's like,
yeah,
okay, fuck this.
He's like the funny thing is you only ever actually see him in person twice. You don't see his character like up until this. It's the second to last story mission that you finally see him for the first time, and up until that point, it's just dialogue that you are interacting. And then at the second to last story mission, it's at the very end once you disconnect Angel from the core because like he's been pumping iridium into her to charge a vault key to open the vault to get the warrior, and so you stop that from happening, but in the process you kill Angel, and that's when like it's like a complete character switch where before it was like he was just like joking with you, like he didn't really care like what happened to you at all. He was like, oh, you die because you'll never beat me. So he never assumed that you would amount to anything, and then you like actually take something away from him that matters, and it becomes extremely personal. And it was like the first time you ever see him in person is he like literally teleports behind like Roland, who's like been your leader through this entire thing, just shoots him through the chest and kills him. And then he kidnaps Lilith, who's like the second in command. And so as soon as you made it, like literally the second you made it personal, he starts taking everything away from you that you cared about. And he's just like keeps going. It's like this new drive that's like unlocked from him to just like beat the ever living shit out of you. Like he makes it personal.
Yeah, like he was always threatening. Cause like even when he's just like joking around, you can tell like okay, he has the power to just like that confidence is just like that's scary enough. But then there is that tone change, and it's like okay, he just becomes like almost completely different character at that point.
Yeah,
and it's like it works. Like
he wasn't killing you before. He wasn't killing you because he was just like you were a plaything to him. Yeah, you were literally a toy.
Now you are his enemy.
You were a new piece on his little board game of the planet Pandora, and he was just fucking around with it. He didn't give a shit. But then you like came off the chessboard and punched him in the gut, and now he's like, "All right, you little shit." Now it's here.
Patty, would you say that at one point he was like trying to do good?
No,
or he was always.
I would never say he was trying to. Good.
Like not even at the very beginning of the story.
Maybe the only time I'd ever say he tried to do good was when his because he was married twice. His first wife, the one who was the mother of Angel, when she was alive, that's the only time I would ever say he tried to do good. Okay. But even then, he was always an asshole.
Part of me wants to say that like he's kind of like a better written Anakin.
No, really.
Why do you say that, Tones?
Well, because like from how I see it, like I feel like at some point he was like trying to do something good, even if it wasn't like it was just happenstance.
It's just okay, like, I can see where Tony was thinking about that.
I don't think so. No, I don't think he was
like before he takes over Hyperion, before like he gets branded. Like
even before he was trying to take over Hyperion, when he was just like working at Hyperion, he was still like trying to like control shit. Like his end game was always to just control Pandora. Like the president of Hyperion at the time was just a stepping stone to him.
All right.
So I don't think he was ever like I said, the only time I think he was ever trying to maybe do something good was when his first wife, was still alive. But once she died, I think that it was just he's not gonna ever try to be a good person anymore.
How was he trying to do good when his first
Because
wife
he was trying to protect his daughter, but he wasn't doing it. He wasn't exploiting her at all. As soon as the mother dies, he literally he like immediately like she's a child. Like there's a side quest in Borderlands 3 where like you hear about how like she killed her mother, and like at the very end of it in an echo log, it literally like she is still like a child when she's basically plugged into Control Core Angel. Like she grows up.
Well, even then, like that's the only point where you like kind of, I feel like that's when he's most humanized. It's like in the fucking third game after he's already dead.
Yeah, he's long dead.
But you
the
also
only
realize
part
that
that he
like
wasn't
part of
human.
him only did that. I feel like at the same time he did that to protect her from herself, though. You know what I mean? I think it was mostly just like, okay, I want to use her, but I think part of it was still protecting her from herself in the outside world.
I don't know. I don't think so, because even in like the pre-sequel, like he's technically the protagonist. Like he's the guy you're trying to help, but you're only helping him so he can get a weapon of mass destruction. That's the only reason you're working with him. So I think it like that was like when his first wife was alive, he was a good person, but he was trying to do good things. As soon as she dies, like that's it. It's over. The good guy Jack is gone. That's all that's
It's
left.
only evil man.
And
Jack
it just
now.
gets worse. And then once he's branded, after he has those visions, that's when he goes from like just being like a bad guy to being batshit crazy. Because those visions literally like fuck with his mind. And it just like there's just so many like levels of evilness to Handsome Jack. That's like when his wife dies, when he's branded, then when an angel dies. And it's just like it's like you think he can't get worse and worse of a person, and then he just does. And it's just like Jesus. Then he even gets his cameo back in second DLC in Borderlands 3, because it's like about a casino.
Wasn't it the first DLC?
Was that? Oh shit! It was the first DLC.
Yeah, the second one was the tentacles.
Yeah, it was.
That's right.
All right. Who's next?
Who you trying to popcorn to?
I'm trying to popcorn to you.
All right. So for my antagonist, for those who may or may not know, is Megatron from Transformers. Now,
Patty's over here dying.
I forgot that's what he said. I can't lie.
No,
Megatron from Star Wars.
I was
You did
gonna
Megatron
say
from
Star Wars, but then I said whatchamacallit.
Yeah, you like the last minute chose Megatron.
Transformers.
I forgot.
But Megatron, he wasn't really he was basically considered a low class worker. He worked in like the mines of Cybertron, and during those times he became like he was a champion of the gladiators, the underground fights and stuff like that. And that's when he gained his name, Megatronus. And Megatronus is one of the 13 primes that basically became the first Decepticon to betray the other primes. And then when he gained that, that's when he decided, you know what, I'm gonna follow the footsteps of that.
Wait, this sounds like the Bible now. Is he Judas?
I mean, he's a rat. He's an activist.
He's a rat.
You said 13 primes. I'm just like, wait, isn't that how many disciples there were?
I don't know. But yeah, there were 13
sure there was
primes.
some
Since he was one of Megatronus was one of the 13, that's when he was like, no, fuck this. But yeah, he gained his name of Megatronus, aka Megatron, and that's when he decided, you know what, us low class workers, we deserve better, blah blah blah. And that's when he became an activist, and that's when the uprising of Cybertron happened. And then,
By the way, you don't see any of this in live action form. The what Brandon's saying.
Oh yeah, the uprising and all that. That's always the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
This one was a game, right? Or
No,
No,
this is just the lore.
Yeah,
it's just lore.
they were
I forget
in
what the
one
game
of
Where does
the.
the
starts
lore come from? Is it like from like the cartoon shows? Is it like a
It's one of the movies, the older movies where they had what's his name?
is it animated or
Marky
is it
Mark.
Yeah, it's animated. No,
No.
Damn it.
Galvatron. That's the
Galvatron.
one with Galvatron in it. The Galvatron's a big ass like Transformer moon that basically created the Transformers and all that. And he became an activist. An uprising happened.
For the people.
Yeah, Megatron and Optimus used to be on the same side, but that's when he wanted better in life, and he thought that him and his comrades deserved more. And cue the uprising, Decepticons basically overruling the Autobots and making the Autobots having to flee Cybertron, but the Decepticons were blaming the Autobots, saying that they were the reason why Cybertron was in shambles, trying to recreate it and all that.
That's the game, right? Because the game
Yeah.
was some fault. I swear to God.
Well,
this
they
was-
probably
the
made a
game would be
off of it
based on.
too.
Yeah.
The game would be
game is
based
off
off of this.
It's not
Oh.
different continuity.
Yeah.
I just find it really funny that like their names are Decepticons and they're like, no, we're the good guys.
That's basically the background of a Megatron, and for those who don't know what Transformers are, I hope you do. I hope you had a childhood at least.
I think
it's kind of hard to not know.
It's a big ass robot character that can turn into vehicles. Now Megatron, depending on which
robot
series you
in
watch,
disguised, if you will?
yeah, depending on which series you watch, he could be a dope ass jet. He could be a tank, or if you're weird and you watch the animal version, I don't know what he was because I didn't watch it because it was the animal version.
See, you also forgot the gun.
I was
Don't
gonna
be
say,
I
Oh,
forgot the
yo,
literal
his-
pistol.
His
That's why I
gat
was
was
laughing.
dope.
No, he was a cat.
He's-
Oh, he did. He was able to turn into a pistol. I forgot.
became
That's the original one. He was
Oh
originally
my
a gun.
god!
gun.
Yeah, he was able to turn into a gat.
He was a scoped pistol.
Yeah, Megatron, he's one to not fuck. The reason why he was called the Gladiators, the King of the Gladiators, or something like that.
Well, hold on. Do you guys want to see what what Megatron looks like? Like the GIF version? Oh, damn, it's a picture. Hold on.
Oh, like transforming.
Yeah.
oh
Into the
Transforming
gun.
Gun.
Well,
I got it.
click on the link.
thank you.
It was the most goofiest thing ever.
Favorite that real quick.
Yo, that
What
guy-
is
That guy grew an extended barrel. What the heck?
This
Oh,
part
Where
Where's
does
of-
the
the
extended barrel come from?
Also, is that a
It's-
giant? Is it
That's
a
a
giant?
spine. That's a spine.
You don't need it when you're a gun.
Is he a tiny like? Is he like a regular size weapon for the robots, or is
Yeah,
he?
for the robots.
Yeah.
It's a regular
Is he
size
a
weapon for the
giant
robots.
ass gun?
But it's be funny. We just a giant gun.
Because he has the mass. That's what I'm saying. No way. Like it's just weird if
So
he shrinks.
weird. That is so strange.
He literally turns into a gat. I think that might be one of my favorite like transforms. That and then the
Transformation.
Minitrons. Yeah, that and the Minitrons becoming a big ass like robot.
This was pretty good.
It just works. It just works.
Oh my god, that second one. Jesus.
It's goofy.
She's just an accessory for the other fucking Transformers.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be the leader. That's why it's.
Great leaders.
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
pit it.
It's like he's like the leader of the Decepticons, and then he just like shrinks
Well,
down.
hold on.
to-
It's like the line from Narnia where he's like, "Ride me." He's like, "No, use me."
Use me.
Anything else, Brandon, that you want to
That's
say?
all I could think about from my childhood with Megatron. I had toys of him, all that. It was pretty lit.
Did you
Lady
indeed have
Titty?
the?
I didn't have the Gat. If you were asking,
I was.
I had the jet in the tank, but I didn't have the other one. But I'm
Wait, what? Can you say that again?
These
'Cause
songs?
I am done.
Okay, Megatron, dude. Jesus.
Craig left again.
how do you know?
Yeah, Craig did it. He left a while ago.
Oh, that's fine.
Left a while
That's
ago.
fine.
Yeah,
I thought you meant
we
the
I
gotta
thought-
other
be Eric.
Oh no, I thought he joined back for a little bit.
He joined, and I assume because the other guy left, he was like, "Oh, okay, I got to bounce too." As long as he's recording, it's fine. Brent, did you notice what happened?
No, did I go all robotic-y?
You did.
Yeah, you had like this weird. There's just like this spike. You just made this loudest like beep.
It's like,
My
that's
bad,
why
my bad.
Patty said that you honk at me.
Does that sound okay now?
You're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. For popcorning, I think I want to go with Don Don.
My antagonist this time around is Toru Adachi from Persona 4, specifically Golden, because he was done better in that one. Okay, so Adachi's background is that he was like the ace of the the police academy. And even though he was the ace, he ends up getting as he graduates, he ends up getting like sent to this like, you know, town in the middle of nowhere. And while he's there, he realizes that there's this other world called the TV world, where it's like all this fucked up shit and all these like monsters and shit are. And it's just like a really weird and like trippy world. Also, I'll send a picture of him. I forgot to do that.
TV?
Yeah. And this is where a lot of this is where all the fights take place. Yeah, he's a dinky ass guy. But he's working under the head detective of the place. I forget.
Is
his
that the
name.
main antagonist?
Yes.
That's him.
He looks
Okay,
pretty
Fault
innocent.
Daniel.
Let me get into why.
He looks like Patty.
So
Wow.
that's like kind of the point. So
He just
That's
looks so
fucked up.
innocent. No, I'm saying he looks innocent.
to explain why he's a good antagonist, I need to first talk about like Persona and like how the games work. So the whole point of Persona is that like it's like a like high school sim where you're like making like relationships with other people. So Adachi is like the complete counter to that. He's this guy who's like antisocial. He thinks he's better than everybody. So when he finds this world and he finds that, oh, I can just throw people in there, they can get them killed, and I'm having fun with it. He does that. But you, the main character,
God.
yeah, you, the main character, you're the complete opposite of that. You're going around, you're making friends, and you're quite literally becoming stronger by creating those bonds through these things called social links.
It really is the power of friendship.
Yes, but done
God damn
well.
it.
No, but done in a way that actually like makes sense. 'Cause,
They
like,
got
so think about it like this: as you grow up and you like meet different people, those people like change you and mold you into the kind of person you are today. They help you to grow. In Persona, these social links acts as like a way that shows your growth. You have all these different interactions with different people, and you like learn about them. You go like them and stuff like that. And it directly impacts the gameplay. And one of the big themes of this Persona in general is like facing that like a hidden side of you. So all the other characters in your party have had to face a shadowy version of themselves. That's like the dark part of them that they don't want to think about. And they're forced to confront that. And Adachi is that for you as the player. Adachi is the exact opposite of who the player is meant to be. The antisocial, doesn't want to like thinks he's better than everybody, is willing to just kill because he can. And Eric's out here telling us Optimus had that thing on him.
Why did we not think of that?
Oh my!
It really missed his opportunity to not have that cut out.
He got that thing on. Yo, I'm dead.
We could
Sorry,
have that as
Tone.
an
I'm
edit
sorry,
point.
Tone.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And like this is so like, you know, as I'm saying, he's your opposite, and this is also just like made completely clear when you fight him, and his persona is just a dark version of yours, or at least your original one. And it's stuff like that. So I'm saying that he's better in Golden because in Golden you actually do get a social link with him, where you get to learn about him. You learn about how his parents were like tough on him and how he always had to get good grades, and how right now he's like living alone and he has this neighbor who tries to like give him food like leftovers all the time, but he just hates her because she's so annoying and he doesn't want it. And it's like, he wants to be by himself. He thinks he's better than everybody. And like you're the only one who understands him to a certain extent. So, and there's even, I actually didn't even realize this, there's an ending to the game where you just don't accuse him, where you just say, okay, he didn't do it, and he gets off scot-free for having thrown people into this other world and having like, they literally just come out and they're hanging off of like telephone poles,
Jesus.
stuff like that.
Oh god.
Oh, Jesus.
Like that's, and I don't want to like talk about like the World War parallels because there are them, but they're fucked up. As in like this his mindset where it's just like, okay, I can, I did it because I could, because like people didn't care about me and so I did it. Like that's why he's a good antagonist, because it can, like, this could happen, not to this extreme, but people do think like this. And the fact that it's just like the opposite of what the player is supposed to be thinking and the opposite of how the player is supposed to be playing. It really is like, because he's like, in the end, like, okay, in Golden, it's not like the true, it's the true ending, but there's like a secret ending, but we don't talk about that because it doesn't matter. But like, that's the penultimate. You fighting like the dark version of yourself, the complete opposite of yourself.
I don't think anyone wants to do that.
Exactly.
I don't think I want to. I feel like
That's why you should play Persona 4 Golden. It's a good game. It's on Steam now. $20.
like I whoop my own ass and feel happy about it, which would be weird.
Dog, what?
Exactly. See?
How do you say these things?
Dog, you know who I am.
All right. I think that's all I
Yeah.
got.
Yeah,
I said my whole video essay spiel.
I still can't believe that default Daniel is the main villain.
I mean, that's the whole point. He's just like,
That's fucking
and
hilarious.
nobody thinks it's him.
Not everyone can be Cyborg Hitler, okay?
It was either him or fucking. Let me get the other one that I was thinking of. Don't worry, this one definitely looks more like a main villain. It's either him or this guy from Persona 3. And I'll do him another time.
Oh. That guy just looks like a hippie, in my opinion.
Looks like a surfer.
Yeah.
It looks like he's from a
dude.
Pokemon game.
Yes, especially with this revolver.
Guess what? You're supposed with that gun.
He got
Alright,
that
cut out the revolver, alright?
No,
Yeah.
little deleted scenes.
But that's it for that. We'll get into Persona 3 another day where you literally have to shoot yourself.
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
I didn't think the game was that dark.
3 is the darkest.
Oh.
3, your main persona is literally like Thanatos, aka the god of death.
Well, I'll be.
It's fun times.
Oh,
It's rated
damn.
M for a reason. Also, you can choose to have your persona be a dick on wheels.
Huh? Wait, what? Wait. I'm confused.
Craig is interested.
That is true. Craig is
I forget what it's called, but Dan, I'm going to popcorn to you. Now I'm going to try to find this.
Okay.
I think Dan is the last one.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. So in my
Great.
rewatch of Star Wars, it's because I'm not really preparing for Mandalorian, but I'm just kind of having something in the background while I make
While you wait.
Mandalorian stuff. And I honestly haven't seen.
There you go.
I haven't seen whatchamacallit, Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith in a while. So like, wow, okay, damn.
That is that's a
Oh,
wow.
he wasn't kidding. I thought he meant like a person as a dig, but no, he meant as an actual like.
Well, no, the way he said it didn't sound like.
It's a dick on wheels.
Dick on wheels, that's it.
It's a dick on wheels.
Dick
It's a
on
dick on
wheels.
wheels.
Not much more to say.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of that. I don't like. I also don't like it. So
All right, so in the rewatch, because I haven't seen them in a while, I was like, okay, this is kind of, it's a throwback in a way. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot, like I really like the design of Darth Maul, but he doesn't do much. So that's the guy I'm doing. He doesn't do much in Phantom Menace other than
Chopped in
kill.
half. He fights 2 seconds in the
Got a
desert.
I was gonna say kill
Badass
Qui
fight
Gon.
scenes.
Oh, he
Yeah,
kills Qui-Gon too.
he doesn't
And
do
then we
like
get
he doesn't say much. He just he's used for that.
He just looks cool.
Doesn't he have? He has like what? I think I remember him having like a handful, like maybe like one voice line. He actually has like one line.
he has a handful. No, he has 2.
I think he
'Cause
says
they're-
something to Palpatine. that's
He's
it.
one.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
one
There's the
talking
one where he's
Snyder.
talking to Palpatine, and it's just like "Yes, my lord" or something standard like that. But he's got like it's so weird because he has like next to no voice lines, but he's like probably one of the coolest people in that movie.
Yeah, so he like I believe like people in the trailer when they saw the trailer for the Phantom Menace, they were like, "Oh, who's this guy using a dual lightsaber?" And so he has a really interesting design, and then he dies. But like I think the way you guys remember in the Mandalorian documentary, he plays a pivotal role in Anakin's future, because I guess he kills Qui-Gon, the only one who probably would have trained him a
Yeah,
certain
he
sort of
kills
way.
he kills his father figure.
Father figure. There you go.
Yeah.
So
We watched the episode.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
remember I watched it too like recently, so I can't remember how he said it. But I also started watching Clone Wars again, but just like the best bits and everything, and I've gotten to the point where he's back, and I think I remember that being a big deal at the time.
Dude, that was a huge ass deal.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody kind of forgot about
no one
Maul,
really
and it
expected
was
that to
like
happen with
psychotic
Roz Wet-
Spider-Man.
yeah.
It was just like Jesus fucking Christ.
yeah, like
And it
he
happened
was,
around Halloween time too, which is
They
even
didn't,
more.
Yeah.
weird.
they didn't even explain like how he ended up on that planet, right? He just was like fucking there, and like his bottom half of the body was a spider.
Wasn't it like a
think-
garbage
Oh,
planet?
yeah, he
Yeah.
fell down that pit, and I think down that area was like a garbage, not a garbage chute, but a landing platform.
it's probably a
the
garbage
landfill.
man it's probably a garbage man taking trash to a different planet. Didn't realize he
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
I think that's how they explained it.
Yeah, and
He's psychotic.
he's so crazy, even
Batshit
more
crazy.
than like I guess in Phantom Menace, like how like fighting two Jedi as an apprentice, he's skilled enough to be good at his things, but like getting to where he was when he sort of came back to the universe, he just was crazy. Nothing like made sense to him. He
His
was
mind was like literally broken.
all that like he had was the thought of revenge. So that like drove him even more crazy. When someone, and I guess could also say it made him more powerful because anger drove him, and the dark side was really strong with him, and whatever. But I think specifically in Clone Wars more than in Rebels, I liked his character. Just because of like how far revenge really drove him, because I'm at the point where like he's starting to take over
Get his
Mandalore.
legs back.
No, he was,
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I like Maul and Rebels more. I don't like it. If before season 7 came out, I would say Rebels Maul I liked more, but then season 7 came out, Clone Wars, and it's just like, well, this literally is just better.
yeah. I mean, I tie season 7 as the reason why I like it more, but also because of Obi-Wan and Mandalore. I think that's
Yeah.
the things that like really like come into play, which is with this character in this particular series. Obviously, I think he's really cool in Rebels, but I feel like I like him a lot more in here. And
I think season 7 of Clone Wars like definitely pushes that Maul over the edge. It gives the edge to Rebels Maul, in my opinion. I think if season 7 came out, I think Rebels Maul would have been cooler because that one was like he was like back to being crazy again. but he was like
Well,
just as
that, and
powerful from
also
Mandalore.
he was still scared from Palpatine, which
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
he's still
Yeah.
threatening, even though you know that he's not even the fucking scariest guy. Yet he's fucking terrifying.
It's just how powerful he is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Also, that fucking the last episode where he's like killing clones with just force,
Yeah.
literally
that-
cuts one of their heads
Oh.
off.
Cuts the body in half.
and,
too.
the fight scene, the
Yeah.
mocap fight scene. Holy
Oh,
shit!
that too.
That
Yeah.
shit.
And because like the mocap fight scene, I don't know where they revealed it, but it was like there's some documentary that they
It's a
did.
behind the
and-
scenes, I think.
Yeah, behind the scenes piece that in the season 7 fight scene between Ahsoka and Maul, the guy who does the mocapping for Maul was the original actor from the Phantom Menace. The guy who played him there. I
Yeah.
forget what he does. He's like some kind of like
Martial
Um,
arts.
His name
yeah,
was
like
Ray
mixed
Park.
martial artist fighter. Yeah. So it was just when I
You can
found
tell.
that, I was like, I mean, it was when you watch the fight scene, you're like, this is like these are two real people fighting.
Yeah,
bad,
no,
like,
there's
it's top
no way
notch
that
badass.
wasn't marked up.
It was God, it was so good. It's
I'm
just
gonna
so
watch it. Be right back.
just that's not even the episode. That's
No, I'm watching that scene. Fuck that.
It's probably one of the greatest. I think it's probably the greatest part of Clone Wars.
Yeah,
It's just so
Star Wars period.
maybe I don't know, but
It's up there.
it's up. It is up there. I don't know if it's.
I mean,
it's
we did
definitely
put
up there.
Clone Wars in that part of the tier list, so I think
It-
it's pretty
yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
Getting back to what I was saying, like I think the Mandalore sequences when Maul's taking over and Obi-Wan's there, I think because Obi-Wan has always been my favorite character. The fact that they brought Darth Maul back with such hatred for him, and like sort of like, what if he didn't like die? Like, what if like maybe he survived somewhere, like in the movie? I mean, like maybe they showed that he was still alive, maybe not cut in half. He wouldn't have had that sort of hatred, but the fact that he had that much hate built up, and like him pushing that hatred all on Kenobi, basically killing the woman that he
Loved.
loved. Yeah, because I don't want to say love, because then they weren't really
Love was
together.
forbidden.
Yeah, but
They
it
had
had
feelings for each other. They had feelings for each other.
yes. I was gonna say, had it not been forbidden, that definitely.
I mean, he did
more
admit
accurate.
to it too.
Yeah. But
Love
like,
Being in a relationship are two different things. You can
well,
love someone
the
without being in a
person he cared about the most,
Yeah.
yeah. And like the fact that he just killed her straight up.
Right in front of
In
No
front of-
remorse.
Oh my
in front
god!
of-
Didn't care.
I think
Just
that
like-
that
And
that
then he
broke
just,
me as a kid.
It's just like you took a part of me, I will take a part of you.
it's like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
no.
Like how much hate this guy had, like really like fascinates me. And like in season 7, we don't get a rematch of Darth Maul and Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan's busy with other things at the time.
Grievous.
Yeah, I was gonna say with
Yeah.
episode 3, but like I think the fact that he's well, he's obviously carries that hatred all the way up till Rebels, till he meets his end, but he was like, all right, he's not here, and I hoped he was here because this is all for him. He clearly made this like big fight to draw Obi-Wan, and that's it. Like it
Obi-Wan
wasn't-
and Anakin.
well, I was gonna say more Obi-Wan, but yeah.
He wanted to kill.
Oh
Anakin.
yeah. Well, he wanted Obi-Wan for the obvious reasons, but Anakin because of
He's
his
seen
Force
the future.
vision. Yeah,
He's seen it.
and he got Ahsoka, who he didn't really want.
He's like, who the fuck is this little shit?
Yeah.
I don't care about you.
But I
Bring
think
me the real deal.
yeah, that fight sequence and the fact that she was also able to hold up against him.
Oh, for
Not saying-
and
I'm not
honestly,
saying
yeah.
that. I'm not saying
God,
that.
I'm just remembering the kicks.
the jump kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying that Maul has fallen short from his training. It's more like Ahsoka's grown
that much. Yeah.
grown that much where like she's kind of on the level of where Obi-Wan was on Phantom Menace or like in the rematch that they had in the Clone Wars. Like I don't know, he didn't need um a lightsaber to be badass like you were talking about in when he was just using the Force. So like he's just this very skilled warrior from his planet who was put into a place where he thought he was gonna be this guy's apprentice for the rest of his life, and he's gonna rule the galaxy with him. Then later, that was kind of thrown to the trash,
He
and
was just another expendable person.
yeah,
Here's another pawn.
and then he was like, and his strength and like hatred was like, no, I'm not gonna let that happen, and his will was like, all right, I'm gonna come back.
God, I love characters fueled by hatred.
It is kind of. I
It's
can't
so
lie.
relatable.
It's so weird seeing Maul from Clone Wars, and then seeing him in Rebels
It's so different.
because I'll send a comparison.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I just like sometimes like certain rebel characters' designs more, just because of how batshit ugly they are, like disgusting. Like Bean Yoda, for example. I fucking love Bean Yoda in Rebels because he's disgusting.
Oh,
Okay.
Shut the
Craig.
fuck up, Greg. Thanks.
Thank you.
He's
I
back.
don't care.
The audacity of this man.
I hate him.
It's the comparisons is really funny to me. Like he's really rounded in Rebels. Like he's like super edgy, kind of like sharp
Yeah.
edges in Clone Wars.
Rebels is just Star Wars but rounded.
Yeah, well-rounded people. I think I'm done with that. Oh yeah, and his design's really cool.
Very
Horns
cool.
are pretty hot.
Yeah.
Like he intentionally looks like a bad guy. I think
He's
that's
like-
what they were going.
His,
That's what
his-
they were going
you know,
for.
His skin color is red and,
And
black. He's got yellow
menacing.
eyes.
Horns
So
on it. He's very devil-like.
got
Obviously, he's going to
horns.
be
Yeah.
a
I mean,
villain in Phantom
the
Menace.
entire species, like not even just the species that he's from, the planet that he's from,
Just look
everything
like
about that planet is just meant to be evil.
I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
cursed, but not. I mean, not everything. There's
I mean,
some.
witches. There's
No. There's some. There's
Which
some.
it's named Darthamir, right? Like Jesus, like that's a harsh name.
What's Dathomir?
Dathomir, whatever. It's the same thing, you know what
The-
I mean? It's
the
just like, it doesn't
Zabrak-
sound like a good place.
The Zabrak. I think that's what they're called. There's some in the Resistance or in the Rebellion. I think. There's good, but I'm saying his design in particular. When you first meet him, and when he's first introduced into the universe in Phantom Menace, obviously he's like this really badass like villain. I'm just
Mhm.
saying, but like,
motherfucker.
yeah, he's very devil.
Like it's cut in half.
and then
Then
he
he's
turns
just
CGI for a
a psychopath.
And then he becomes badass again. And
Then,
becomes another psychopath.
then he's a spider. I still don't know why the spider? Why?
Creepy.
Why did it have to
Crawling
be a
everywhere.
spider bottom? God, it
Maybe
was
that's all they had.
that was so freaky.
Spare parts.
I think that's the point. I kind of like that.
Yeah, me too. Any
Are you
honorable
talking about
mentions?
Griffith again?
Any honorable?
Oh my god.
No, I don't.
No?
Azula from Avatar: Last Airbender. Because honestly, she's probably better than Ozai.
Alexander
I would say,
Anderson, also from Helsing Ultimate, because homicidal priest,
Homicidal priest.
who's basically just a rival to the protagonist, except he actually wants to kill him.
Yeah. I feel like there's another one. The
Well,
gates from solo leveling.
Jesus.
Let's go.
Oh my fucking god. This shit again.
Hey, you're lucky I didn't actually do it for this episode.
Please,
Yeah, I'm glad.
Patty, you have? I mean, Ellen, you saw you were saying?
my last one's Frieza.
That's from Dragon Ball. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Patty, you got one?
The only one I can think of is the Calypso twins from Borderlands 3. But I don't even like them. So,
what's her name
actually,
from the third
no.
DLC?
Yeah, I was gonna say Rose from the
Yeah.
third DLC. She's
Also,
fucking
Senora from Genshin Impact. So
dog.
wanted to step on me.
We can't even say that. Who knows? Who's to say?
Uh,
We've literally gotten probably like a tenth of the story of this game.
Dude, it's fine.
Brandon?
Not good.
No.
No. I was gonna say the spider guy in
It's here.
in Clone Wars. I forgot his name. The general.
Oh, Trench, Admiral Trench.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
fucking
Oh,
love
that
him.
dude that would never freaking die.
Yeah. I think that's why I
Yeah,
like him.
Admiral Trench. That's his name.
Yeah. He's just like regardless of like how much he's
Oh
like
my god, he's hilarious.
his body has failed him, he's still going on. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I can't think of anything right now.
Yeah, I got no one else.
I mean, we've done a part 1 and a part 2. We'll definitely come back around to
I'll
part
probably
3.
be back to part 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, you guys want to end the episode now?
Hell yeah.
All right. So thank everyone for listening to this episode of the Nerds Be Like podcast. Wherever you may have listened to it, if you want to switch it up, we're available on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, and YouTube very soon. If you want to follow us on social media, we're Nerds Be Like Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. There you can DM us any comments, questions you may have. If you'd rather go with an email, go a little bit more formal, we also have that. It's at nerdsbelikepod@gmail.com. You can also do the same questions, comments, concerns, and maybe a topic you want us to cover in the future. Let us know if we're doing good, we're doing bad, whatever you want to say. And speaking of review, you can also review us on the iTunes app. You can review us however many stars you think we deserve. And if you have a thing you write in the review, we will also read that out. Brandon.
Alright, mother bitches. We all know what I'm about to say.
We've been here before.
Yep. 100
Have we?
some odd, not 100 episodes, but like
100.
100.
Over
Christ.
100 times.
eventually gonna be there. I've said this multiple times,
shit.
but you know, this mother bitch and merch, dog.
Bitchin'.
It's the real deal. You know, Dan always be putting in work, putting in all these designs, and it comes out beautiful every time. Got tank tops, long sleeve, hoodies. I said hoodies.
Hoodies.
T-shirts, zip ups, travel mugs, whatever you need.
Regular mugs.
Don't
we
forget
got.
hoodies.
Oh
We
yeah,
even got-
masks.
Yeah, we also got. I wore for the first time ever the face mask to the gym today. It was dope. I had someone come up to me and ask what it was.
Oh
I
really? Oh.
You know.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Oh.
We will
but-
leave it at that.
Ah.
It's even though honestly, I wouldn't wear working out because I sweat too much, and you don't want stanky. But like, it's very nice. It's very breathable. I would highly recommend getting one.
It's also machine washable.
Yes.
They got that on hand.
We even got tapestries. I don't know what a tapestry is, but we got tapestries.
Tapestry.
Tapestries.
Tapestries.
Tape
We got
try.
tapestries.
Tapeta.
Wait, do you know what it is, Brandon?
Tapestry.
What?
You don't know?
A the
What?
pest try.
It's like a cloth
Pastry.
material that you hang up like a sort of like a poster type of thing where you put them on a wall.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, they're
sweet.
like-
It's a sweet
yeah,
thing
they're-
from a bakery that you eat.
It's a cloth poster. That's really good.
There you go. It's a cloth poster.
It's a poster but made out of cloth.
Is it one of those giant ass ones of like the patterns?
I think
Could be.
Carlos has one in his background.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
have
that's what I
one.
was gonna
I was
say.
trying to look for it. I thought Patty had it.
Yeah, it's what
Sometimes
Carlos
it just looks
does.
like a carpet. We don't know.
All right, that aside with the merch, we will be moving to a different website.
Clothing website.
I won't reveal which one, but we will be moving to a
That
different
one.
for more
Option.
things
The
and
other
more
one.
options. There you go. Yeah, the other. I'm pretty sure Brandon has said it before by accident, but
We're
it's-
on that one site, but we're going
Did I
to
say
the
it?
other.
I don't
I
know.
think so.
I've always
Probably.
mentioned T Public.
No, but you've mentioned the other one by accident because you by mistake because you
Have I?
meant
Has he? I
T-Public,
don't
yeah.
think he has.
I think it was an
Yeah.
early episode.
I don't remember. It's the
I
early
think I re-listened to it, that's why. We also have resources and links down in the description. One for the Black Lives Matter movement. There you can find resources in that one link for other things and donations. We also have coronavirus donations. There'll be 4 links down there if you would like to donate to that.
And please, if you're registered to vote, please vote. Your vote
Yeah.
matters.
Yes. It's not written there in my
Yeah.
notes, but that is a thing. Yes. But yeah. That is it for this episode. We will be back next week for our Halloween episode. Very excited for that.
Are we dressing up?
Well, I am. I don't know about you.
Because I'm thinking, like, could they see us? I don't know if they can see it.
Well, you know what? If I if I record,
half of us don't even like have. Actually,
Yeah.
not even half of us, but like some of us don't have them. Have cameras, so
that's fine. Yeah. But like if I
Me.
whatchamacallit? No, and Lenny.
No, he
I think
does.
he has it. His is just janky. So
Oh,
I'm
his-
Find
He
a laptop
has
cam.
it. That shit does not work.
It's a laptop cam.
It's so. I mean, so is
It's
mine.
Funny.
you could see it like digitally mess up at times too.
It looks like a VHS. It's not good.
It's got a filter. It's fine.
But yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Thank you for listening, and bye.
Tuesday.
Bye.